Talk a little football now. We're going to get into some of the picks. Steve, first of all, how you doing, my brother?
Big O, I'm doing real good. I can
Yes.
tell you, you've been
Uh-huh.
doing really good with basketball picks. But last week, our Friday picks, we got crushed.
Yeah.
I mean, our football picks, we got crushed.
Yes. Well,
So, but it's
the Saturday was good. It was Sunday that we got crushed,
yeah, the
right?
Houston game. The Houston game was we were all about the Houston game,
Right.
and
Yes.
it was great for about a half.
Yes.
we had
Well,
half.
it helps if Bill O'Brien wouldn't be such a freaking moron.
I got to tell you,
How do you do that on your own 31 and you killed all the momentum on you saw it in the team how they were deflated after
yeah,
that.
you did, and I just was I couldn't believe it.
How he's not fired already?
I don't know.
I would have fired him right after the game. Okay?
You
I
would
gotta
think the
tell
guy
you.
had money on Kansas City,
Yeah.
the way he did that.
It was.
By the way, that
ridiculous.
was a road game, right, for Houston?
Yeah, it was in
Uh,
Kansas.
yes.
It was in Kansas City.
I would have made his ass get his own plane ticket.
I got to tell you, I've always said that
You know what's
the
better?
problem.
You hand him a bus ticket. You don't even get a just here's a bus ticket.
That's the
buddy.
problem in Houston. I,
Here's
I,
your
don't-
Trailways ticket, and it doesn't even exist.
I just think that's the problem in Houston. That coaching is
Yeah.
sporadic to say the least.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. I'm being nice about that.
Yeah, I'm not a O'Brien fan. It's that dude just does nothing for me as it is.
And
So,
I have a couple friends that met him, and he's a great guy. Cool guy, and all you want to hang out with. But as a coach, he's just not performing at the level that he needs to, especially when it counts. Right now, you get up 20. You get fortunate enough to get a couple of breaks and get up 24-0. And then your team just falls apart. I mean, that's a tough one. That's a tough loss. And it wasn't even, when you really think about it, the game, there was two games. It was the 24-0
Right,
game
right.
and the 51-7 game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, when you really think about it.
It was Buffalo and the Houston Oilers all over again.
Yeah, it was bad. It was a bad
It was
scene.
Frank Reich and Warren Moon's up by a ton, and then Frank Reich and company come back for one of the greatest comebacks of all time, and it's over.
So I do want to ask you a question, Big O. Now, we talked about it a little earlier today. Now, I'm just kidding. I'm just having a little fun with this.
Of course.
But Ryan Tannehill has done a decent job
he's done a very good job.
4 or 5 weeks.
He's done a very good job. He makes the passes that they need, but he doesn't carry anything.
No, but he doesn't.
Without Derrick Henry. Put it this way. Here's your answer. Okay. I did this a couple days ago. I said, take the Ryan Tannehill, Ryan Fitzpatrick challenge. Does Ryan Tannehill win 5 games with the current Dolphins?
That's a great question.
That's all you need.
That's
it.
That's a great question.
You just answered it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't even, if you had any conviction on it, you would have said, "Oh yeah, of course
Absolutely.
he does."
Yeah, I didn't. I don't have conviction on that. You're right.
That's all you need to know. And if anybody out there is watching and you want to be honest with yourself, just in case you're falling for the banana in the tailpipe, just ask yourself, if you think Ryan Tannehill's turned some kind of corner, do you think he would have won 5 games with the Dolphins or more? If you do, then I'm wrong. And Ryan Tannehill's turned the corner and he's a good quarterback in your eyes, that's fine. But if you think like me and Steve and Bill and everybody else that's kind of logical, that all we ever did for 7 years was say, he doesn't have enough this, he doesn't have enough that, he can't do this, he can't do that. Well, now he's got everything around him, and they got him facilitating.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's facilitating the pass when they need it.
And
a
he's doing
first
a
down here.
beautiful job.
Couple of good runs.
By the way, Trent Dilfer did that. Nick Foles did that. Brad Johnson did that. Peyton Manning tried his best to do it a couple years ago when they won a championship. It's been proven when your team's really, really good and you could dominate the ground game, the quarterback just has to be serviceable.
There is one little difference, though, with Tannehill. He has made the appropriate pass when he needs to.
Yeah.
He's also used his legs.
Yeah,
All
of
those other
course.
guys you mentioned, I don't know if they were using their legs as much as Tannehill.
No.
Tannehill has some speed,
Right.
and he can make 3 or 4 good runs in a game. No, I'm not saying 10. He's not Lamar Jackson.
Foles may have ran a little bit, very little.
Yeah, occasionally.
That's it. That's
You
the
know.
only guy that had something out of that group we
Yeah,
talked about. But again, it's like I tell people, Tannehill, Lamar Jackson, and who was that? Oh, Josh Allen. They're the same quarterback in this sense. They all three play differently, but if you take the run away from all three of them, they're freaking useless.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to beat you with their arms.
It becomes a substantially worse quarterback. If you take that, yes.
Right. Whereas a real quarterback, you at least stand the chance. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's what I keep trying to explain to people that are getting all excited about it. And I get it. We've been beaten down. We haven't had a quarterback in 700 years. There's been 21 quarterbacks after Marino. We're also desperate that we want to paint whatever picture we want. And the kid's doing a great job. He's put in a perfect situation. And Mike Vrabel, to his credit, has balanced it the right way. He knows what it is. He knows what his team is. And he goes, all right, we're going to run the hell out of the ball. We're going to try to control the line of scrimmage. We're going to play some great defense. And my quarterback will complement Derrick Henry. And he's not putting Tannehill in a position where he has to carry the team. It's super smart, man. It's super smart.
A quarterback completes 50% of his passes in today's football sucks. 8 of 15 against New England, 7 of 14. He's one pass over 50% completion.
But now
for 72 and 83 yards.
He's
thrown 3 passes, touchdowns. That's it.
But they know that.
Right.
And
they're not exposing
And
it.
they're just saying, kid, make this throw for us, that throw for us, and that's it. We only need.
So let me ask you a question. We're going to change same topic, but a little different change. The question's a little in a little different direction. Next year, what do you pay Derrick Henry?
Whatever he wants.
No, but I mean,
you got to pay him
because he's a free agent.
You got to pay.
He's a free agent.
Well,
he look right. We all agree.
What's the market?
The team.
15 million.
He's the team.
16 million.
The offensive,
somewhere in that range.
The offensive line and him are the team.
This is a guy that's making about $1 million a year this year.
No, I got a better question for you. So are you going to pay him 17 and you're going to pay Ryan 21?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah. So, or do you say, no,
that's a good point.
We got to keep Derrick Henry. We'll go get another guy for a little less.
We'll get another guy that can facilitate.
We'll go get Andy Dalton.
Yeah, Andy Dalton certainly can facilitate as well as Tannehill.
He's the same guy.
Yeah.
Ryan's just a little better, like arm-wise. He's a better athlete and a better arm than Andy.
But bottom line is Derrick Henry's going to go from $1 million this year, somewhere about $1 million salary, to about a $15 million salary.
Plus.
Yeah, whatever. It could be 17. It could be 14. I don't know. It's going to be up there.
Gurley and Le'Veon Bell are at the 15.
Yeah, they're in that 15 range, right?
Gentlemen, he has 69% of their offense on yards.
Yeah, you got to pay. Got to pay him, really, like you said, whatever he wants.
69% of your yards are coming from him.
The guy, the one man.
You got to pay him.
You know what?
But then you pay him and the quarterback. That is nuts. You got to pay him because he's a generational player. Ryan is not.
Yeah.
Ryan is just a guy. And I think in this game, they end up falling behind, and then they need him, and he doesn't come up. And then I think this is the one game that may say, oh, we kind of need to check ourselves here a minute. Yeah, he's all right, but it's really all about this guy.
But explain something to me, though. I was doing a little research on this game, and I think it was week 10, the Titans beat Kansas City, and Mahomes threw 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Injured. He just got back from the injury.
But he threw 3 touchdowns and no interceptions.
Right. He threw like 300 yards.
He had a good day. It was hard to remember back that Tennessee beat this team.
Yeah.
Is it a matchup thing? Is there something to it that maybe the betting public may not?
That was his first game, but that was his first game back from that knee injury. So he did not have the mobility that he normally has. I don't know if they
put up 32 points.
Owning him in fantasy, I think it was week 10.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. He wasn't even himself when they put up 32, and he put up 32
32
points.
isn't himself. No, but
he's playing like a video game like he is.
But worse yet, Kansas City's defense gave up 35 to Tannehill, the facilitator. Henry had 2 touchdowns, and Tannehill threw for 2.
And he had, I think he had close to 200 yards.
Yeah, 188. Henry. He had 188 yards, so he had a good game and all, but that's how you control the clock and don't give them possessions. You don't give them possessions. That's what they got to do. That's the only way.
If you give KC extra possessions, you're toast.
They're going to capitalize.
They're going to score.
Yeah.
We're going to score.
So that's a good segue. It's a good segue. So right now the spread on my website was 7.5.
7.5 and
it's
7
down to
are the
7.
two.
It went down to 7.
That's
like,
right.
Literally, each website's a little
Yeah,
different.
Kansas City's at 7 now, and San Francisco is 7.5. I
Right.
got it
So
here.
this morning when I woke up, it was 7.5. We walk into the show today, and it's 7. Right?
Yeah.
Is something happening? It's an interesting sports bet theory going on right now. There's a lot of talk. The question is, I don't think anybody really believes that Kansas City's going to lose to the Titans. I just don't believe that's going to happen.
They do in Nashville.
Well, they do in Nashville, yeah, and they do it. Yes, that's one place they probably do. But is 7 points enough? And so the bet becomes a little difficult to me. For me,
because Henry, if Henry's running good, they're not going to get a huge lead.
But you know what?
You're not going to have the ball.
So I like to look at the games and try to match things up. So personally, I think the coaching, I actually give Andy Reid a notch over Vrabel. Right? Although Vrabel's great,
Vrabel's done an excellent job.
He's done a very good job.
He's done an excellent job. You got to give him love.
I think Reid gets the up.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he gets the notch
First
up there.
Hall of Fame coach.
I think Mahomes clearly gets the quarterback advantage is clearly there.
Yeah.
Clearly Tennessee has the running advantage. The defense.
No, Tennessee's better.
And Tennessee's defense is better than Kansas City's.
Hell
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's a little tricky in trying to match. Maybe the tight end definitely a little better at
KC.
Kansas City, right?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
There's no doubt there. So it's not like there's 5-1 if you picked 5 games, 5 portions of the game. It's not like 4 things advantage one team. It looks like it's 3-2.
Well,
that's why it's a weird bet.
Yeah,
it's a strange bet.
Although Kansas City's more explosive as a team with receivers and everything.
Yeah,
I know Tennessee's got the young kid that's really talented.
Very good.
But he's not Tyreek Hill already, so you got to give Tyreek Hill
and
the edge.
You know what happens, that explosiveness, what happens is Tannehill's completing those 15-yard passes in that 10 to 20-yard range. If you look at Mahomes, he's got significantly more passes over 20 yards than Tannehill, like significant, like 5 times the amount. So I think for me, I like Kansas City to cover because I think they're going to run it up. I think they're just going to.
Me too.
I think they're going to run it up. I think
Andy's going
to get. Let's score some points. Let's have some fun. Let's have some momentum.
Tennessee's got to get every bounce. The penalty, like everything's got to go their way.
And they can't get behind. If Tennessee falls behind, it's over with.
Yes.
Right.
Because now Tannehill's going to be forced to throw.
And that's when you force him into mistakes.
So I think we all agree that we like Kansas City.
At 7, I like Kansas City.
And we're giving them.
At 7.5, I might have gone Tennessee.
Yeah, at 7, I think it's interesting that it changed too today. Now the next game it's still 7.5.
Yes.
And the next game I'm a little bit of a homer on this one. So. Even though it's San Francisco.
What do we mean, Homer? You're an East Coast guy. What the
No,
hell does
but-
that have to do with the tundra and the seals out in San Francisco?
First of all, here's why. So I've never liked Green Bay. I don't.
What the hell do you got against the cheese people?
I don't like the cheeseheads. I like. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I think he's good, but I don't know. He's really. There's something about him I don't like.
Rubs you the wrong way?
Rubs me the wrong way, right? And he's a great quarterback and all, but I don't know. It just seems like he's a little too cocky in how he approaches the whole game. Like coaches are getting fired because of Aaron Rodgers. I don't like that.
So wait a minute.
Mike McCarthy's a
Hold
good
on,
coach.
Mr. East Coast guy. So what'd you feel about Joe Namath?
I love Joe Namath.
Really? He's wearing a fur coat on the sidelines.
There was a reason why I loved Joe Namath. I'll tell you specifically why. I was 11 years old in 1969 when Joe Namath won the Super Bowl. And Joe Namath, to me, was an ugly guy. And he got women. And so as an ugly kid, I was like, hey, I got a shot.
Mick Jagger.
I got a shot. He's my hero. Ugly guys can get women. So at 11-year-old, that was my 11-year-old logic, and it never really changed. Let me go back to the Homer thing about San Francisco. Basically, I really am a big fan of Nicky Bosa and Joey Bosa. They live in my neighborhood now in Fort Lauderdale. I mean, literally 2 blocks from my house,
but
right?
You want cocky?
Well, they are a little cocky. They are a little cocky.
A little?
But when they're in your neighborhood, I guess you let them get away with it, right? So I just think that San Francisco was my pick.
He's got selective hate, bro.
No, selective
hate.
It's selective like.
Like nobody's cockier in the history of sports than Joe Namath. Okay?
No, he was confident.
And cocky.
And cocky.
He really wasn't cocky.
Oh, come
cocky.
on. He
wasn't
he
cocky.
took
When
on
he's
the
drunk
he
and
took on
coming-
the NFL for his bar.
He liked to have fun. Yes, he did like to have fun.
And he had mafiosos in that damn place.
There's
They
nothing-
wanted him out of there.
you know,
And it was
how many
like, yo,
times have
dude, you're socializing with, shady people.
How many
No,
times have you heard the phrase, when the mafia ran, it was really run well.
Yes.
So why are you picking on the
Well,
mafia?
because I'd rather have mafia run it than non-mafia because I've always been a fan of organized crime. Nobody likes unorganized crime. Organized crime, the people that deserve it are
all right.
getting it.
All right.
Unorganized crime, us innocent people get caught in the middle.
Pick for you.
So that's what I'm
you gotta
saying.
Pick one.
I'm a fan of organized crime, not unorganized.
You got to pick one. Mafia, politicians. Come on, you take mafia all day long.
I'm taking mafia all day long.
Right, so-
Politicians are they're inept.
horrible. They're horrible.
They screw everything up. Yeah,
so,
no, I'm with you.
so yes, that's a good point. But Joe had a special place in my heart, and it was the whole thing. I was literally.
And Bosa has a special place
Bosa
in
has
your
a little
heart.
place because he literally lives in my neighborhood. He literally goes to the same Publix that I go
So
to.
basically, what we need is Aaron Rodgers to move to your neighborhood, and then
No, I
he'll
don't
be
want
all
him
right.
in my neighborhood.
All right, so
He's too
once-
cocky for my
so
neighborhood.
once he moves into your neighborhood, hey,
He's got an
I was
attitude.
wrong about that Aaron Rodgers guy. He's pretty cool. He lives right down the street. I had some brats with him the other day. We shared a couple beers. He's actually
He
really,
wouldn't.
really cool.
He
In
wouldn't do
fact,
it.
he's cooler than the Bosa boys.
I don't
Okay,
think
in
so.
fact, he just passed Joe Namath in my book.
I hate
It's not gonna
Aaron
happen.
Rodgers.
See?
As a Bear fan, I
yeah,
Look,
but he's a Bears fan.
Brady.
He has a
I
reason
don't,
to
I don't,
hate.
yeah, but I
That's
don't
with
hate
conviction.
Brady.
He said hate.
I don't
I
hate
just said I
Brady.
didn't like him.
You would hate somebody too that kicks your ass every year.
Well, that's a big truth. too.
I hate
The
Tom
Eagles-
Brady and the Patriots
Guy-
and Belichick.
See,
Because
I'm
they
a Dolphin
kick our
fan, but
ass all the time.
I'm a Dolphin fan, but I don't hate Tom.
No.
Brady.
See, I
you
don't hate
admire,
Brady.
No, you admire him.
I don't hate
Yeah, he's
Brady.
skilled.
I
his skill.
admire them, but I don't like them.
So
I'm a Dolphin. I can't like them.
I want to know who.
I can admire Jim Kelly because he was a Cane and he was a great player, but I hate his ass when he was playing for the Bills. And if you ask Jim Kelly about the Dolphins, he'll tell you, I hate the Dolphins. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to hate the Bills.
No. I just didn't like Aaron. I don't like Aaron Rodgers. His attitude, his demeanor. There was something about it I didn't like. Plus, I happen to think.
Well,
that
when
San-
they were freaking
San
out a few
Francisco-
years ago, relax, relax. Like he just,
Hey, bro,
Mr.
but he
Suave,
was
Mr.
right.
Cool.
But he was right. They relaxed and they won.
He's a badass. I mean, look, the Arizona comeback in the playoffs and the Dallas passes the last minute to get the guy is a beast.
He's a stud, bro.
There is no doubt.
Listen,
I can't.
about the game though. You get to the game.
Yes.
San Francisco crushed Green Bay earlier in the year. They didn't beat them. They crushed them.
Yes.
Right.
Aaron
the coaching,
Rodgers' worst
the
day as a
coaching,
pro.
You got to give the nod to San
Not even
Francisco.
close.
It's not even close, right? The only thing that I would say
QB.
I think Garoppolo is a very good quarterback.
But the other guy's a Hall of Famer. There's a difference between good and Hall of Famer. Unproven, proven.
All right, I'll give you that, but
Because he's not proven in these stages yet. He's in the
I think this is his year. I think
look,
this is the next two games you're going to
Listen,
see Garoppolo.
I'm a Garoppolo guy. But what I'm saying is he still needs to prove it, and I think he will, but he doesn't have the resume of the other guys, so we have to give the other guy.
He doesn't have the resume. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, San Fran's got the defense.
So what do you like? The 7.5 points.
I like San Fran.
So do I.
Not
even close.
I am convinced San Fran will win in this game. There's no doubt. I'm sorry. I said San Fran?
Yeah.
No, I like Green Bay in this game.
Oh, I like San Fran.
No, I like
San Fran.
I think Rodgers and company will keep it close. They will lose this game, but they will keep it close. Their defense is playing better now the last couple of weeks.
Their defense is playing better, but I think Rodgers. I just think the home field advantage plays to San Francisco.
Sure.
I just think I think they're running back by committee there.
Good.
I think it works well.
Yeah. Well, Jones is good too, but
Yeah,
he's
Jones
going
is
up
great.
against.
He
But he's
scores a lot
going
of
up against a
touchdowns.
much better defense. That's the problem.
Yeah, the defensive line is going to be able to stop him, or at least not let him run away with the game. But so I happen to like San Francisco and give the 7.5 points.
I'm
And
the
putting
other
my
way.
homer-
I like Green Bay in
Putting
this
my
one
homer
too.
thing aside, just
Keep
putting
it
the homer thing.
Lose close.
Putting the Boses from Fort Lauderdale aside. I think they're going to show it. I think the Super Bowl is going to be San Francisco and Kansas City.
Oh yeah. I'm with you there.
You know,
Definitely.
it's going to be. It should be a fun. That should be a fun Super Bowl. A lot of points. I mean, especially if San Francisco can get into get their offense really clicking, I think it's going to be one of those Super Bowls that could be 30-40 or 45-40. Some type of Super Bowl. I hope.
Well,
I hope.
Of course, because Kansas City has an offense, man, that they can break anybody down. They should be able to score even on great defenses like San Francisco.
And Kansas City's defense isn't that good, so San Francisco should be able to rack up some touchdowns.
That's the worst defense that's left is Kansas City.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not a good defense.
It makes for a good Super Bowl. So how do we bet now? So here we all agree on do we bet on. Think about this. The betting public has to think about this all the time. And although
by the way, I also like the over in Tennessee, Kansas City.
53.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I think Kansas City's going to put up 20-something points, 30 points, and I think Tennessee will put up their share too, at least 20, and because they're going to run the ball in Kansas City. There's no doubt in my mind that they're going to be able to run the ball in Kansas City early on. I just think that in the second half, that's where Kansas City pulls away. But I think they go over 53 in this one. That's the other bet I like here.
So why don't we do this? Instead of betting the game, let's bet the over.
Well, I don't know if you guys like the over.
Billy, what do you like? You like the over, or do you want to bet the game? Now, the other
I may be the only idiot that likes the over.
No, I like the over. I like the over in the Kansas City game. I mean,
what's the number?
53. That's a bit. That's a big number. That's a big number.
I think Kansas City scores 30 in this game. I really do. I think they score 30 in this game, and I think Tennessee scores in the 20s.
You know what?
Because they're going to run the ball.
Hey, do you remember the year that Arizona was 9-7?
Yeah,
but their defense started peaking in the playoffs.
Right.
Tennessee's defense, the way they're playing,
they're playing really good.
Reminds me of that Arizona team that was 9-7. Kurt Warner, they almost won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but Kansas City's got that offense; they can score on anybody. That's the thing. I think they're so explosive. I think they're difficult.
So I just want to share with you something. I have somebody I respect at a high level that knows sports betting at a high level.
Okay.
I texted him a little earlier. He happens to have the same picks as you, Big O.
Oh, really?
He says, if I had to pick, Chiefs, he takes the Chiefs, giving up 7, and the Packers plus 7.5. Yeah. And he's a very knowledgeable guy.
Jones is running well. Rodgers, this is a moment for him.
He always plays big. The bigger the game, that guy shows up, man. It ain't on Rodgers. It's never on him.
And so what's the over on that game? That over, I think, is 46. Let me just look at my numbers here. 46.5. 46.5 for the Packers game. Packer-Niner game. That's a tough.
So you need both to score
24 points, yeah.
Okay.
That's 4 drives. They got
against that defense.
They each got to score 4 times. They got to have 4 scores, and 3 of them better be touchdowns. What do you think about that over under? 46.5.
No, I'm not touching that one. I'm
touching it.
I'm afraid of that one because I think it can go either way.
The line I feel the best about is Kansas City laying 7.
Oh no, I'm
That's
with
the strongest.
So we could.
We're all with you on that one.
So
I like Kansas City.
The one thing we all agree on is Chiefs and the over.
Oh, you like the over too?
Do you like
Tennessee,
the over?
Kansas City? I don't.
Well,
think
he was a little afraid with 53. He was a little afraid with 53.
Right.
Well,
that's a tough number. That's way up there.
Kansas City is able to put
he freaks out when I take overs in basketball.
Because you never do.
No, unders.
I mean unders. I'm sorry.
Unders.
Yeah, but betting basketball is crazy. They're so good, man. It's disgusting. You got 180 possessions in a game, and you're within 2 points of the line. How the hell did you do that? That's
Billy,
not
what
right.
do you like? 50,
right,
you're avoiding the question now. 53.
You know what? 53. Look, I can see Kansas City scoring 30, but I don't know that Tennessee's going to put up 21.
Okay.
If they put 8 in the box, they're able to stop Henry.
Derrick Henry will get a touchdown.
Baltimore couldn't stop Henry.
Yeah.
Kansas City.
Henry's
But you know what? Kansas City had a lot of time off. Them guys didn't play for 3 weeks, man.
They don't have a defense.
Yeah,
they don't have a defense. Their defense sucks. Dude.
I like the over better than I like the game.
Better than the 7.
Yeah, I like the over better than I like picking the Chiefs.
I think they're going to score a lot of points in this game.
So do we have to make a decision here. Do we go
All right.
Chiefs and
Yeah.
All right, we go
53
we
is
go
good.
we go Chiefs -7. We go over 53,
Yes.
and then you can make two different bets. One with San Fran and one with Green Bay,
okay?
because we have conviction on the other two.
Yes, I got it. Okay, I got it. I got
We're
our
gonna
bets
play
then.
both sides of the fence.
Well, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, if
No, wait. Explain
we
explain what you just meant by that.
you play Kansas City, you play Tennessee over, and you play San Fran -7.5. Then you play Kansas City, Tennessee, and Green Bay +7.5.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to write this down. It's like a
'Cause
book
it's the-
report. I'm
you're
leaving.
covering
I hope I do it right on the computer, man.
You can't
Jesus.
miss that. You know the Tennessee and Kansas City, Ben. You just alternate the other two. That's all, because
I
we
got you.
disagree in that one.
All right, we'll do it.
And then that way, if we all are right on the Tennessee, Kansas City, we're fine, because we're going to win one of the two.
Guaranteed to win. We're guaranteed to win.
Right.
All right, sounds like a bet.
Okay.
Now,
Unless you want to do a coin flip, and then we have to pick either San Fran or Green Bay and keep it at one bet.
Billy, what do you think?
Usually
Well,
I
how
don't
would
like
you-
playing
how-
both
how do you-
sides of the fence, but it totally makes sense.
No, but
because we
well,
all
well,
feel
what-
good about the other
Well,
two.
how about this? What do you like? Do you like San Fran -7.5 or Green Bay +7.5?
I don't like either. Honestly.
You gotta like something.
You gotta have an opinion, one way or another. Gotta make
you know
a
what?
pick.
With the way that defense is playing, if I was to pick something, I would take San Francisco and
There
lay
you go.
the 7.
And laid a 7.5.
So that's it.
At
7.5.
At 7.
So that's
7.5.
it. That's your bet. Just one bet.
Okay.
Those three. Leave Green Bay out.
Green Bay's out, and then wait, Billy. Just so you know what we're doing, I think that's what we're gonna do, and it sets Big O up big time. Because if we lose, Big O's gonna say, I did say that Aaron Rodgers is the Hall of Famer. We're setting him up to be like pounding on his chest here.
Or you set me up to say, you see, you idiot, you're wrong. All right, you
No, but
moron.
I'm sort of sensing-
Rodgers choked.
I'm sensing like you pounding on your chest next
No,
week.
but we got to
but I
go
like
with
the bet.
majority. And if majority is that you guys like that, go for it. It makes, hey, man, it's a borderline type bet anyway.
It is a tough game. So let's just jump ahead just for a minute.
I have conviction on the other two. I can't tell you I have the same conviction. I like Green Bay in that one. I just think they'll lose close.
Because you like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. No, and the Packers defense
He's
is
not really
playing better.
good. You just like him. Does
right.
he live in your
No.
home state, your hometown, or something like that?
I just I like quarterbacks with swag.
Oh, come on.
And they can back
no,
it up.
No, he doesn't have swag.
Oh,
no,
he
it's
has
not
swag. He's total swag.
He's just over cocky.
yeah.
He's not swag. There's a difference.
You ever met Marino?
Yes, I have.
Okay. You want over cocky? That's Marino.
That's pretty over cocky.
All right. I think Marino actually makes Rodgers look like a nursery child next to him.
I would not dispute that.
Okay,
but
because
we're
he
not betting
played that way. I mean, he played with some fire, dude. In fact, I think Marino still has that.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I think he thinks that he can still go out there and take a few snaps. You know?
Yes.
And he can't, but he thinks that.
I'm telling you, the other day I've talked about this before. That Tom Garfinkel video with him and Marino at the golf course. I told you about that, right?
No, I didn't hear.
Tom Garfinkel's the president of the Dolphins.
Sure.
If you go to his Twitter account, you're probably going to have to scroll down quite a bit to get to it because it's probably about a year old. He doesn't tweet a lot, so it won't be that bad. But about a year and a half ago, he was at a golf course with Marino, right? And he films Marino, right? And Marino's looking at the camera, and he hits the golf ball, right? And the golf ball disappears. And he starts walking towards the camera, takes out his hat, goes like this, ball comes out of the air and drops in there. And he's just looking at you like, what, do you expect anything different? What?
Listen, he's
What?
a
Were
great
you
athlete.
impressed?
He's a great quarterback. He's a very good golfer.
And I know.
He's a
he's
very
a great
good golfer.
Dude, he hit it straight up in the air from the floor. You try to do
Yeah,
that. I can't hit it straight that way.
Anyway.
Anyway, the dude hit it straight up in the air. He literally walked 3 steps, took out his hat, and without looking up, it dropped in the hat, bro.
That's pretty good. That's pretty impressive. That's very impressive.
I mean, you got to go to Tom Garfinkel's Twitter account and just scroll down. You'll find it. I'm telling you, it's one of the badass videos of all time. And Marino looks at you into the camera like,
That's what I do.
bro, I can do this blindfolded if you want.
Is that?
That's
Marino's cocky, but he's not like Aaron Rodgers. He's not. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he's just. I don't like him. So let's move to the next question and my last question of the day.
Yeah. Oh man, we are way late. We got our Dolphin president.
I got a quick question.
Yes.
If it in fact is San Francisco and Kansas City in the Super Bowl, who do you like?
Well,
Now-
we'll have 2 weeks to talk about that, but I'm going to go San Francisco. I'm going to go with the best defense.
The defense, yeah.
I got to go with the defense and the running game, man. They got both. They got both elements. When you can run and play defense, forget about it, bro.
And see, the sad thing about that is
it's two elements that will control the game.
I agree with you. But the sad thing for me is like I'm rooting for Andy Reid.
No, I get you.
I think the world is rooting for Andy Reid. You know what I mean?
And actually, I talked about that with the storylines.
We all love Andy Reid.
The only thing Andy Reid needs to complete his career, his resume,
victory.
is a Super Bowl victory. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all he needs, dude. He's accomplished everything. He's a first ballot Hall of Fame coach with or without the championship. He doesn't need it in my eyes. He has developed a slew of coaches.
You know what? He's like Bill Walsh.
Yes.
He's just missing the Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He's just missing it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. I'm a huge Andy Reid fan. But you asked me objectively. And,
And for purposes of betting, you'd have to go the other way. You have to go to San Francisco.
And I have to admire the teams that have the defense and the running game. When you have that combination and you have a quarterback that's not going to throw it away, you got a shot at winning every game that's on your schedule. It's scary, but that's the truth.
All right, well, let's see what happens this week. You know, it's going to be three nice bets, and we're good.
What's the next giveaway here?
Oh, here, March 21st,
Okay.
$25,000 of cashola.
I like it.
25,000 cash. Someone's walking out with cash.
I like it.
Somebody's walking out with cash. Now, in between February 1st, it just starts in a week or so, right around the Super Bowl. The whole month of February, you earn the entries right up to March 20th.
Okay.
Or 21st. And so instead of giving a car away, we're trying to mix it up a little. Sometimes we give away a nice car, a Mercedes. Sometimes we give away cash. Sometimes we're thinking about giving away a boat. We did that 2 summers ago.
I thought you were saying you're going to give me away. I was going to go, that's a terrible prize. I mean,
yeah, we've tried that. And
you rejected.
What happened is we gave you away, and they gave it back.
Yes, I don't blame you. I don't blame him. My wife's tried that many, many times. Somehow or another, I end up back at the house, and she gets pissed. But I mean, she's driven me to different places and dropped me off, and hoping that I don't find my way back, and somehow I do, like that stray dog. And she's like, "Oh well, whatever."
Anyhow, good luck this week.
All right, my brother. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Big O.
You got it, my man.
Really?